What's up, guys? This is Mike Loris. More games from the Starseries Season 3 LAN event are coming your way. This is going to be between M5 on the Radiant, GDB on the Dire. This is going to be, I believe, the start of another best of 3. I, once again, forgot to actually check, but I probably could do it right now, but I'm not gonna. The bans are going to be Rubik, Chen, looking extremely normal, Enigma, and Batrider. Usually Enigma does make it through, Batrider occasionally banned, but with this new format of having 2 bans first and then 3 bans later on, you really have a lot more real... Well, I mean, like, there's a lot more chance that the really high tier heroes are going to get in, because you can't ban them all out. It's just impossible. So GDB, they're going to open up with the classic TA Naga Siren combo. They're going to have the Naga Siren most likely be the hard carry, and then TA hold down the early game for it, and then later on they'll both do large amounts of damage. So it's a tried and true combo all the way from 0.74. And these heroes, Naga Siren got nerfed a little bit, I think, but individually they're both still very strong, and together they're also very strong. They're going to third pick up that Leshrac, most likely going to be a support-oriented hero with that Naga Siren, having Snare and the Split Earth. M5, their picks are going to be the Darkseer for the long lane, Jakiro for support, and Enchantress in the jungle. So they're going to be looking to shore up their mid lane and also get a primary farmer hero, which is why you see GDB banning out that Queen of Pain. M5 also responding by banning out some more support heroes, Keeper of the Light and Tidehunter, both heroes that GDB have run on the bot lane in the past, which is really what they need. They need a bot lane hero and possibly a jungling hero. GDB also banning out the Undying, and Shadow Shamans being banned out as well. So just from M5, just a whole bunch of support heroes that are being banned out. GDB, well, they're making their ban selection a little bit more carefully. It's going to be the CK. They don't want to deal with that primary damage dealer. Of course, M5 do have the option of running something like an anti-mage, or I don't know. I don't even know if people run Morphling anymore. I don't think they do. But, I mean, like, those are all still options for them. They need a primary farmer. They also need a mid lane hero. GDB, they have the mid lane. They have a dual lane so far. They could pick up some sort of jungling hero, although there aren't really many jungling heroes left. There aren't any jungling heroes left, really. Chen, Enchantress, and Enigma are the big 3. If you're going to run anything else, it's going to be pretty much suboptimal. But M5, they're going to pick up the Venomancer. So that is going to mean possibly a laning Venomancer? Well, you know that Enchantress is going to the jungle. You know Darkseer is probably going to go to that hard lane. But then you have 2 support heroes, and they still need a mid hero. So they could just run a dual lane of Jakiro Venomancer, and then have Enchantress in the jungle. That'll be a decent kill lane. There's not really any lockdown. It's a lot of slowing action. I guess the Ice Path is locked down, but there's a lot of slows and a lot of ranged attacks. But both those heroes don't really use farm all that well. Jakiro with farm, you could go for quicker mech. Venomancer could kind of go for the same route, but really if any of those heroes get farm, it's mostly just going to be to build up bigger support items, which is nice, but you typically want to have a primary farmer in the lane. That's probably what we're going to be seeing from GDB with the Naga Siren farming up to that lane with the Leshrac supporting. It's typical, like a 1 roll and 5 roll going together in a lane. Classic stuff right there. But GDB, they're running out of time. They need to make their selection of long lane pick. It's probably going to be... Oh! Well, that's definitely not what I was expecting. A Wisp. So the Wisp is going to be supporting the Naga Siren also, most likely. Could also dual lane the bottom lane, potentially. But Wisp is most likely going to be partnering up with that Templar Assassin. It's a decent damaging combo, but it definitely kind of pales in comparison when you compare the Wisp TA to something like Wisp Sven or Wisp Tiny or Wisp CK. Those are, I think those are the big ones. Juggernaut also. But yeah, TA does decently, but when you tether up with the Wisp, you typically want to be able to 100 to 0 someone, and TA, she does a lot of damage, but she usually does rely a little bit on Sonic Traps and really chasing people down. But still, it's a pretty solid pick. Wisp isn't the strongest laning support, because, oh, there's the anti-mage pick, so there you go. Because he is kind of low armor, and he can't really take creep aggro all that effectively. And we're going to see what GDB wants to do for the last pick. They still do need that long lane hero. Broodmother, Windrunner, or a Bounty Hunter, Beastmaster. They have a lot of choices there. M5, their last pick is going to be the Anti-Mage, so they have a 4-1 lineup. The question is, how are they going to lane this? Well, we already know where the Enchantress and Darkseer are going, right? I already went over that. And they have 3 heroes for the 2 lanes. I don't know, it could be a dual lane, or they're going to solo Venomancer mid against the Templar Assassin. Whenever you do that, the Templar Assassin struggles. Oh, what a Weaver! The hell is going on here? Okay, so it's going to be a long lane Naga Siren. Yeah, GDB, I think it was them. They ran the hard lane Naga Siren before. If I remember correctly, he struggled a ton. I don't remember if he actually did well in the late game, though, but the Weaver last pick. Well, first of all, you never see Weaver. And they already have a ton of damage. I don't know if this was the best choice for GDB, honestly. Putting the Naga Siren in the hard lane is a very hard lane for her, especially. I mean, like, it's a hard lane for everyone, really. But for her especially, because she kind of lacks any form of lane control. No, they're going to run a tri-lane down there, so it's going to be a Weaver solo top with a solo mid Templar Assassin, and then a tri-lane down bot. I do like that choice. Cool stuff right there. Solo is going to be playing the Enchantress Nexus on the Anti-Mage. Sudoi is going to be playing that Darkseer Stellounder on the Venomancer, and Dread is going to be finishing up the lineup with the Jakiro. Bambo is going to be playing that hard lane Naga Siren, supported by Alex as the Leshrac. Wisp is going to be played by Kuroki, Sing Sing on the TA, and Black is the primary farmer of the Weaver. Now, with the Weaver pick, there's a couple of reasons why we don't see Weaver. First of all, his flash farming is crap. Like, compared to an Anti-Mage, compared to a Naga Siren who could, spread out her illusions, use Riptide, Weaver can't farm for shit. Second of all, he's really soft. He is below 500 HP, even though he has 3 Ironwood branches at level 1, and his stat growth isn't that spectacular. 3, was it 3? I think, yeah, 3, he really needs a Radiance. Radiance is by far the best build for Weaver, and if you don't go for that, you go for something like a Lincoln Sphere or something like that. Oh, Solo going to take a net very early on. Alex is not going to get in range for the stun. He's going to try to go for another tether hit, but that was about it. The good Ice Path from Dread the Jakiro. But, yeah, the Weaver kind of needs to go for that Radiance. His lane control isn't the highest either. He has very low HP, as I said before, but also his damage and range are kind of on the low end. Double damage rune is going to help him a little bit, but Sudoi should have a decent time in this lane. Black should struggle quite a bit, not missing a jungle fight. Solo is going to go after Kuroki. The Ice Path is going to hit one more time, but they should both be fine. Using that tether for the extra movement speed, they're going to get out of there. This is going to be a mid lane Venomancer versus a mid lane Templar Assassin. Now I have like a lot of things to talk about. I'm just going to watch the bot lane while I talk about them. So that's probably going to be where the stuff is going to happen. But a mid lane Venomancer versus a mid lane TA. TA is going to win that lane in the end. There's really no way to shut down a TA with this solo Venomancer unless your Venomancer gets a ton of ganks. And Stellounder could get a ton of ganks from Solo or Dread. But really putting that Venomancer there is just to slow the TA down, because the poison does burn through her refraction charges extremely quickly. And Venomancer at the same time does get a couple of levels from that from being in that mid lane by himself. But oh, Kuroki might be in a little trouble. No, Nexus is gonna get netted to the floor. Split Earth as well. Not enough damage to actually kill me as a blink. But yeah, Venomancer isn't going to win the lane just because Sing Sing has so much more damage. And even though the defensive bonuses from the refraction are gone, he's still taking a sizable chunk of damage. He's going to be rushing a bottle, and he kind of needs that to stay alive in that lane. So Sing Sing is going to be a little bit more vulnerable, a little more prone to ganks, just because his refraction charges won't last very long. You can see they're actually not getting hit, so he probably can't see it. But he still will function on the lane. M5, this is mostly to put Venomancer somewhere in the lane, and also to make use of his slow. Stun onto Nexus on the bottom. Alex a little bit too far away for the Split Earth, plus the 3-man Ice Path. Dread on point with these. Kuroki taking a lot of damage. He's going to try to make his way out, but a blink forward from Nexus. Does he have any mana break? No, he does not. Only Spell Shield. Level 3 on him. Alex is going to try to make his way out. Bambo also going to take a little bit of fire, but so far, this tri-lane for M5 being a little bit more defensive than GDB can be offensive. It's working out. GDB, they haven't gotten a single kill yet. They've been the ones getting the short end of the stick for this entire time. And Kuroki, what are you doing there? What you doing, Kuroki? There you go. That was awkward. Okay, so yeah, I don't know if this mid lane is actually going to pan out for M5. 8 for 3 is the Venomancer versus TA, 11 for 6. So TA is starting to slowly get more and more ahead. In the top lane, Black, 14 for 3 versus Sadoy's a million for million because he's friggin' lane cutting, 16 for 0. So Black is still doing pretty okay on this farm. He is going to go for a Ring of Health, so that probably means he's going to go for a Lincoln Sphere build. Won't be the most useful against the enemy team, but if you're not rushing the Radiance, then you're not going to be doing a lot of damage. Granted, he doesn't really need to be doing damage, so he could afford to go full defensive, because they do have the TA to provide the damage early on. But, I mean, GDB, they're going to go for a kill onto Nexus Split Earth as well. Tether going to chain stun that, but it's not going to be enough damage. So GDB's, unfortunately, their tri-lane not working out for them quite yet. But, yeah, GDB, they have a really awkward lineup. They are reliant 100% on bringing this game into the late stages. Because even the support heroes that they have, Leshrac and Wisp, those two heroes, Leshrac, I mean, partially, I guess, but Wisp isn't the kind of support hero who could contribute a whole lot early game. His damage for support is very, very low. Something like Alina could hold down the early game very easily. Oh, Dread is going to go down here. The Wisp's balls will land, and Bambo does draw the first blood on this bottom lane, as I'm talking about other things. But GDB, they have the Naga Siren, who is getting a little bit of farm, but her experience income is severely restricted. Weaver having a tough time on the top lane. He's actually not doing that poorly, but he's going for a defensive build, so he's reliant on the late game as well. And TA, of course, is very relevant in the late game stages. So GDB, if this game lasts for a long time, they're going to have the edge just because this Weaver will get so darn big. And well, that's another shortfall. I guess the fourth shortfall of the Weaver. The fact that he needs so much to get effective. He's kind of like a Obsidian Destroyer, and Outworld Destroyer in that sense. It's kind of a little bit difficult for him to flash farm, and although he has some usefulness in the early stage of the game, he really needs a lot to get going. He needs a BKB or something, or just play really slippery and try to get around that. He needs damage, he needs survivability, he needs health. He needs all these things. That takes him quite a long time to get up. I do like these new icons, though. I haven't played Weaver since these new icons. And I think the Swarm also got a, well, the Bugs got a new model, so that's pretty cool. I'm looking forward to seeing that. Black, though, is last hitting very well. 29 for 5 versus Sadoy's 29 for 0. So Black not missing a single creep under the tower, using the Shikuchi, using the Germinate attack in order to get those last hits under the tower. Impressive last hitting from Black. So he's doing just fine up there. It's kind of a risky play from GDB to lane the Weaver solo against that Darkseer, because Weaver's a low range, kind of low-ish damage hero. Also has very low HP, so if he steps up, then he'll probably take a little bit of Ion Shell damage, but he's doing just fine. So it's working out so far for GDB. Their mid lane is also working out for them. This bottom lane, not so much. They're not stopping Nexus from farming as much as they would have liked. And then again, it is tri-lane versus tri-lane. But when you lane the tri-lane on the bottom, and okay, Weaver, you probably shouldn't have died right there. Sorry for missing that one, but when it is tri-lane versus tri-lane, the tri-lane that has the ability to get another source of income through pulling or jungling or whatever is going to have the edge, and that's exactly what M5 have. They have the jungler hero, so then the Enchantress is going to get lane experience independent of the lane, So it's essentially just Nexus and Dread splitting the lane experience, whereas for the GDB side, they have 3 heroes here. They're not going to get any of those extra jungle camps. They're not going to get any pulls or anything like that, so they're reliant more on making things happen in this lane. They're going to try to make things happen one more time, but the Ice Path is there again. The Tether is going to stun Nexus, but it's not going to be enough. The only target they could actually go for is the hero, but Solo is circling around from the back. Nexus, Bambo, I'm sorry, very, very low on HP. Spears starting to fly from Solo. Ice Path once again going to hit Dread. MVP so far. Bambo's going to pop some illusions, but he's going to take a dual breath. He's going to get blinked upon by Nexus. The Tether actually stunning him before he could actually make anything happen. Going to try to split his damage between him and Bambo and Kuroki, but the third Ice Path is going to land, and the GDB side get wiped. Enchantress picked off Leshrac in this area, I believe. No? Okay, well, I must have missed that, but M5, they're all living in GDB. They have firmly lost this lane. I mean, it's only 7 minutes in, but already you could say that this lane is lost, because this lane, it's reliant on getting kills. And what are they doing? Not getting kills, but not only that, they're dying to the enemy tri-lane. That's not exactly what you want to have happen when you run an aggressive tri-lane on the bottom. It just isn't supposed to work that way. Black going to time lapse out of that one. He's going to go straight for Sadoy. Keep up with him with that surge with his Shikuchi. And it's going to be close. He's going to shoot Shikuchi again. Germinate attack not up He maxed out the Shikuchi, what, 1-1-1. Aside from that, oh, Stallianer is going to take a silent trap in the mid lane. Tether stun is going to land, plus the split, or Stallianer is going to go down, popping off his ultimate. He might get a kill into Kuroki before he dies. He will. No, it gets denied by Sing Sing. Beautiful play there, but he does get Leshrac, so can't win them all, GDB. So M5, they do get a kill there. Venomancer with a very high level 8. Yeah, he is level 8. So the Venomancer doing very well for himself in this mid lane, and really a support Venomancer wouldn't have been able to survive that and get kills at the same time. Or he wouldn't have been able to get any kills because the solo lane Venomancer didn't even survive that. Yeah, he would have just crumbled, and well, honestly, if he was out there as a support hero, he would have been kind of stupid. But Venomancer does take 1, almost 2 with him before he does go down. So Venomancer is going to be a pretty large factor in this early stage for M5, and really M5, they do have the early game advantage. They do have the Venomancer, Jakiro, and Enchantress really proving their worth in the early game versus the GDB tri-lane. GDB, on the other hand, they are starting to fall behind as far as the kills go. The tower actually got brought down in the top lane. Sorry for missing that. But GDB, they just have to stall up the game and try to not get, the hell is this guy doing here? That's not what you want, Enchantress. But they just have to stall out the game and try to take it as long as possible, because once that happens, Kuroki is going to have his overcharge. He's going to put it onto the Weaver or something, even though Weaver usually does attack decently quickly. You know, more attack speed never hurts. Or put it on the TA. So TA is going to get big, the Weaver is going to get big, the Naga Siren is going to get big. Hell, even Leshrac is going to get a little bit big as well. He went for the Lightning build, the correct choice in a tri-lane versus tri-lane situation where you can't really get an Edict Nexus. You're try to make something happen on Bambo. No, the net is actually going to go onto Dread. Split Earth as well. All the spirits are going to land in Dread. He can take some Lightning, but he had a lot of magic charges. 80 HP. He's going to live as Stallianer has now arrived into this fight. Ice Path once again to Bambo, but the Riptide was in range to kill off that Jakiro. Here comes Sing Sing. Gonna go straight for Stallianer. Bambo is gonna try to teleport out. No, cancels that out as Leshrac does get picked off by the Enchantress with the help of Anti-Mage Net onto Stallianer. Sing Sing, kind of split decision right here. Vacuum onto 2 as Kuroki is gonna get brought down solo with the impetus damage. So much there. And now GDB's Sing Sing is trapped. He's gonna try to bring down Stallianer before he dies himself. He will be able to do so, but he is going to die in exchange. Black has arrived with the Swarm, but everyone from M5 very, very healthy except for Nexus. He's gonna get brought down, but a triple kill for solo. Black is going to have to make his way out of here. And this fight did go firmly in favor of M5, 10-5 now in favor of them. And GDB, they're just bleeding heroes at this point. The Wisp and Leshrac, so many deaths on them, 6 between the two of them. And now with so many heroes on this bot lane, M5 could actually make a small push here. Centaur, actually they can't. No, they still could, but it won't be very successful. The Centaur is going to die before he actually does anything. Dread with level 1 Liquid Fire, but that's not going to be enough because all of GDB are now back into this lane. Weaver is going to go for that Lincoln Sphere build, or hold the Perseverance. I don't really see the point of that, but it's most likely going to be a Lincoln Sphere build. But so far, M5, they're doing exactly what they need to do. They need to shut down GDB at every possible early game fight. Because they have the late game. I've been saying it a million times. Not sure. Oh wait, no, that was completely necessary. They saw all these people in the jungle, so not willing to risk that. But GDB, they seem to think that a push is coming onto this bot lane, where the real pressure is happening is the mid lane. Stallianer with the maxed out Plague Wards plus the passive. What is it called? Poison Sting. It does a lot of damage, and he has treads. Probably going to go for a more support-oriented build, I want to say. Something like a pipe. But Venomancer, I mean, he's a decent semi-carry, I guess. He's never actually played as such, especially in these pro-type games. But he could do the damage if you leave him alone for too long. Because he's an agility hero. And agility, it makes it pretty easy to amplify with items. He's holding on to a little bit of gold. So we'll see about that later on. Where is Black? Black is in the mid lane farming. 69. He's going to take a Gale. Going to try to go toe-to-toe with the Venomancer. But Venomancer, very, very tanky, actually. Level 9 on him. And I don't know why GDB have 4 people on this bot lane. They seem to expect a fight, or they want to pick a fight, or something with fighting. But they're just not making that happen quite yet. And, well, they really need more experience onto pretty much the entire tri-lane, which didn't do all that well for the GDB side. Oh no, another 3-man ice path as the Gale hits onto Alex and Kuroki, vacuuming them all back. Alex is going to drop, Kuroki is going to drop, and Sing Sing is also going to drop. GDB completely caught with their pants down. That Venomancer TP in. They did not expect that. And wow, GDB, they're just completely getting wiped at every turn. M5 doing spectacularly this game. And keep in mind that Nexus wasn't even there, their primary farmer. Black wasn't there either, but really, the Black couldn't have done anything to help out anyway. He is going to continue to try to get as much farm as he can, but the towers for GDB are going to start to fall with the Centaur on the front lines. Liquid Fire slowing down the tower's attack speed to make the Creep Wave have a little more health, plus the Plague Wards from the Venomancer. Already a mechanism being purchased up from Sudoi. Completely forgot about that Darkseer actually from M5. I mean, he's arrived into the fights with the vacuums that have been pretty much instrumental in their victory. But still, with that pretty much free lane top, he didn't have contested farm in the least. He got so much money. He got the mechanism very, very quickly. Most gold per minute on the map, right behind the Venomancer. So M5 looking so very good in this game. Experience and gold, both in favor of them. And well, they have to make something happen. Did I just hear this Naga Siren ultimate? No, okay, I was just tripping balls. And M5, they're playing this superbly right now. They just have to make sure that they don't get lax. They don't let GDB farm up. And I don't think they're actually going to do that, because that is so far not been that hasn't been what they've been doing so far. They've been putting on the pressure. Oh, please let this be a shotgun. That would be a freaking amazing. But oh, top lane, a little bit of engagement. Solo tanking up everything, but he's gonna get mech'd up by Sudoi, who teleported in. 3-man vacuum. Stallion looking for a Gale, going to hit it onto Kuroki. Kuroki is going to die. No, he's gonna relocate back towards the something lane, the bot lane. Poison not gonna be enough to take him over. And wow, that was a very lucky recall right there. Seconds away from death. GDB, they just have to try to hang on. They have to try to take fights where they don't lose too badly. So far, that's not really been going well for them. M5, they've already taken down 2 towers, which I feel like they could be going for a couple more. Dread gonna go toe-to-toe with Bambo. Deny him any sort of freedom to farm, at the same time getting a little bit more experience for himself. Stallion going to go for the mid lane tower. It is going to be brought down, I believe, unless Sing Sing has anything to say about it, which he probably will not. Gale going to miss. Sing Sing, with the refraction damage, is going to miss the last hit regardless. And Venomancer does get that mid lane tower brought down. He now has support from Solo. Solo, where are you going? Stallioner needs your help. It's too late though. Stallioner, oh, gonna pop out the Ghost Scepter. Maybe it's not too late. Sudoi gonna mech him up as well. No mana though for anything. He does have a Soul Ring, but he doesn't want to actually use it. Solo is now in the mid lane, but it's a little bit too late for that, man. Bambo and Nexus trying to kill each other off. Kuroki is going to support that Naga Siren. Make sure that she doesn't die. If she dies any more times, I mean, that's really not what GDB want to have happen right now. Nexus, how are you farming, actually? You are 4th place as far as the gold per minute chart goes, but you're on the hard lane. He did get 214, so he has a lot of experience coming out from that. His Battle Fury is not too far away. He has just 1 sword left. Okay, I want to make sure it was on that Corey before I said anything. And well, M5, they are playing their early game pretty much exactly what they need to do. I do believe Sudoi is going to be the second most problematic on the M5 side for GDB, and of course besides the anti-mage, who's pretty much always problematic. But Darkseer, he's farming very, very well. He's 204, so he has a lot of kills under his belt, a lot of assists as well. But the Wall of Replica with 3 huge damage dealers who usually stack, well, not TA, but Naga Siren and Weaver both usually stack stats. You can see, I mean, he's going for Lincoln Sphere first. I guess that's kind of why he doesn't want to have those that Radiance Burn against him later on. But yeah, he's usually just stacks stats. He gets a butterfly and all that good stuff. And that means that the Wall of Replica will be that much more devastating, and they will still be very weak heroes. They'll have low HP pools. You can see Weaver with 1,000 HP at this point. That's actually not that bad. He does have an ultimate orb, so he's not doing too bad for himself. Teleportation coming in was cancelled from someone, don't know who. Wasn't paying attention. I probably should be paying attention, but yeah, we are kind of like reverted back to a weird kind of laning phase. Black's still farming this top lane. Now Stallioner up against him, and there's a little bit of movement on the map, GDB, but they're just mostly gonna look for farm. if they get a good team fight, well, I don't think they should actually be looking for team fights. So it's up to M5 to make the shots. They're going to dictate where they want to fight and when, and it's going to be up to GDB to respond in kind, because GDB, they really shouldn't be looking for team fights. They'll be more than happy to farm for another freaking hour. I hope this game doesn't last that long. That would be torture, especially if it goes like this with both teams just farming. It's like, shoot me in the face, end it now, please. But yeah, GDB, they're not going to look for team fights. If they do win a team fight, then the towers will help their 3 kind of carry strategy move along very, very quickly. But other than that, it's just going to be farming the creep waves, farming the jungle all day long. M5, they're going to decide when and where they want to fight. They also do have the anti-mage, but it's just the numbers don't add up. The anti-mage is 1 carry versus 3 carries on the other end. It's going to be really rough for him to make anything happen, let alone win. But, you know, they do have the early game. They do have the Venomancer, who's gotten a lot of experience. Jakiro, not doing too bad either. Darkseer, very powerful at this stage of the game with the Ion Shell that does a lot of damage. Oh, the bot lane got relocated upon Solo in a little bit of trouble. He's going to drop despite his Enchantress heal. Is there going to be anyone else? No, Kuroki is going to bring Sing Sing back, possibly, or just leave him there. They're both going to go back to the mid lane. The GDB getting a free pick off, but then, oh, Song of the Siren canceling off the gank onto Alex. They're both going to teleport out of this one. Ice Path, oh, just barely missing by like a freaking inch or a centimeter if you live in anywhere else besides America. But either way, GDB do successfully get out of that and get an Enchantress pick off as well. Every little bit counts. Especially when Black is on the top lane farming that entire time. Lincoln Sphere is now up on him. No boots yet, though. Weaver is doing pretty good as far as the gold per minute is concerned. Most net worth as well. So this is what GDB need to do. They need to turtle, and I really don't like that. Mostly because it's boring as hell to watch when teams pick like 3 carries and just like Turtle and M5. They need to pour on the aggression, but they're okay with farming the anti-mage Battle Fury at least. So, yeah, it's fun for everyone, I guess, except for me, because I gotta watch it and then talk over it for however long this game lasts. Hopefully it'll be short. It's not that I don't like long games, it's that they usually just boil down to farm fests. I haven't yet to cast one of those really epic games that's an hour long. Actually, what was it? I just casted one, and I can't remember what it was. Sconi's Elite versus MYM. That wasn't that bad. It was a long game, but it was a pretty good one. Pretty good one. The M5 side seemed to be content with just farming up. I do think it would be beneficial for them, very much so, to you know, try to go for a smoke gank or try to push a tier 2 or something like that. Because GDB, their weakness is the early game, and the early game is quickly passing. Weaver's starting to get some items up, TA with the Blink Dagger up. And GDB, they're becoming more and more capable of defending their towers. The longer M5 wait, the harder it is going to be for them to push. Even though Nexus is going to get a lot bigger, he's going to have a lot of stiff competition in the later stage of the game. Everyone from M5 just farming. I don't know if I agree with this. I think they should... I mean, a little bit of farming is great. You kind of need to farm. You have to get your levels up. You got to tend to your lanes. But at the same time, they can't squander their early game on stuff like this. Because GDB, all 5 of their heroes scale into the late game. M5, Enchantress, she could do a little bit of damage, but ultimately she does fall off somewhat. Jakiro's damage is really not as important late game. It's mostly all about that liquid fire, plus the ice path. And then Venomancer, unless he's going to go... Well, he's going to go for Aghanim, so he's looking to extend his usefulness later in the game, but still very much so a flat damage hero. So, I've been over this like so many times, that's simply because I don't know what to say anymore at this point. M5, you gotta make something happen. If you don't, it's just not going to go well. It's just true. You're not going to win a 3-hour slugfest with these guys, because then everyone is going to get maxed out. I guess they don't want to leave Black alone on this top lane, which kind of makes sense. You never want to let a carry player like Black get farm. Bambo, he's also farming this bot lane, so GDB, they're farming pretty easily. As I said before, the game's kind of reverted back to like the 5-minute mark. Of course, we have an anti-mage jungling, which is a little bit different. Lanes are a little bit switched up, but for all intents and purposes, no one's actually looking to make anything happen. And that is just freaking dandy. Holy crap. Well, I guess I could talk about like stuff that's not relevant to this game, since I pretty much covered 100% of things I could possibly think about. But then again, what do you guys care about? Oh, Black, time lapse out of there. Shikuchi, no true sight. But a blink forward from Nexus. They want this kill onto the Weaver. He has so much Shikuchi though, and you can't mana void that because of the Lincoln Sphere. So Weaver is gonna play that slippery character once again, push onto the mid lane. GDB is gonna try to make something happen, but there's no edict on the Leshrac, so the tower is going to live. And just when I think things are gonna pick up, they fall right back down. Classic Dota right there. Are they gonna go on Dread? No. Gonna go on Stallion? No. That's fine. I mean, I'll wait. I don't have anything to do. That's why I'm casting this. Actually, I do have. Oh shit! I have a meeting. Well, don't have a meeting for another like 2 hours. I'm pretty sure this game isn't gonna last that long. But anyway, guys, I guess in Dota, I guess we could talk about that. Some new tournaments just got announced. Oh, relocate down to the bot lane. It's gonna be Nexus, the one in danger. Sing Sing with the damage. Will he be enough to kill him off? Yes, he will be. 2 teleportations gonna come in. Both cancelled. Bambo popping off that ultimate, making sure his team was safe. Solo's gonna find Croaky and Sing Sing. They both relocate out as well. So GDB getting another pick on the most important hero to get picks on the anti-mage. That net plus the damage from Sing Sing was enough to bring him down. The relocate from Croaky. You don't want to underestimate that shit. If you're out of position, the Wisp is one of the best heroes to punish that. Are gonna look towards Dread. There's the Wisp. The tether actually breaks, but Dread is gonna take a huge amount of damage regardless. Wisp with the right click or Spirit or something does take that kill. Gonna take a walk in the macro pyre for some reason. The GDB finding the picks, and M5 they're squandering their early game. Why, M5? Why are you doing this to me? Why? Just why? I mean, they're all building Aghanim scepters and stuff like that, which is good, but their real power of their team lies in the early game, and that's where this game is not heading towards anymore. But yeah, so Dota. A couple of new tournaments got released. Starladder Season 4 is, I think the qualifiers are happening right now, and here I am sitting at my friggin' computer from whatever October in replays from October, casting Starladder 3 games. So that's good. That's cool. Really far behind. Also the Defense 3. I don't know. I don't think I'll be able to finish this before that comes out. I'm just gonna cast whatever is out. Like by the time this this thing is over, by the time I get through all these, and I'm like on page 5, so I have like 25 more games, I think, if I remember correctly, or 6, so it's 30. But it's still quite a few more games. And I also have the Absolute Arena King of the Hill pass, which hasn't really been playing that much as of late. Croaky gonna go with Sing Sing down to this bot lane, gonna go for kill on Soy. He does take a net. Sing Sing with the high damage output is gonna be enough. Venom does come in, drops everything he has. Sudoy is going to live. GDB's Sing Sing still with the BKB up. But Bambo now in a little bit of danger. The slow is on him, and he's going to drop, can try to teleport himself out here. Nexus one swipe is going to pick up that kill. No, the poison actually does it. Also killing off the Wisp as he teleported back. Sing Sing in a little bit of danger, going to try to melt out of this. You cannot fool the Sentry Ward though. GDB lose 3 in what should have been an easy pickoff. But Darkseer is pretty darn tanky, guys. 18 armor, are you kidding me? You cannot get through that. It's freaking impossible. He's even going to go for a sheep stick, and now M5, they're going to take a tower on the back of that fight. They can even slide down to the mid lane, or slide up to the mid lane, I guess, since they're on the bot lane. Slide up to the mid lane, get another tower, go for Roshan or something like that. It took them until a 3-man pickoff to actually decide that they wanted to make things happen. So they should make as much happen as they possibly can. Meantime, top lane, I'm sorry, Black is going to get a solo kill versus, you guessed it, Solo. And Black is going to go for a Sacred Relic anyway. I really don't like late Radiances, mostly because everyone from M5, they have tons of items right now. Venomancer has a friggin' Aghanim Scepter. The weakest one is the Anti-Mage. Like Ogre Axe plus not Vit Booster, Point Booster on the Enchantress. She's really tanky. Jakiro he's never really going to have that much health anyway, so let's be honest about that. So Jakiro, but he's still a pretty high strength hero for an intelligence hero. The Radiance Burn is not going to be as relevant as it would have been if he got it a little bit quicker. Of course, his laning phase would have been a lot crappier if he didn't go for that early Ring of Health into Perseverance. But Black is getting free time to farm. He will have that Radiance up shortly. That is going to be copied eventually by the Wall of Replico, so that's going to be a little bit annoying. Oh no, the Radiance is actually up for Black. So 27 minutes, Radiance plus Lincoln Sphere, not bad on him. Unfortunately, he got this courier killed. Box of shame onto Black. When you send a courier out that far, you gotta be careful, man. You gotta, like, fly it up here. I wish I could draw on the map. Oh, Mana Void used, but Lincoln Sphere. Surprise. Gotta, like, drive the courier up here and then, like, sprint across this thing and then hide it in this hilly area. As I was going over the Weaver stuff, because Weaver is now in the box of shame until someone else makes a huge blunder and gets their courier killed. Weaver does pick up the Aegis with his team, so GDB, they're starting to hit their stride. They're starting to hit that point in the game where Sing Sing was already pretty valuable to the team, but now the Weaver is going to be a large asset as well. He actually has the damage plus a mix of survivability on top of that. Wisp starting to get his overcharge. Actually, it's on level 1, so not much overcharge quite yet. He does have his mech almost up, though. Bambo, what do you have? He's gonna go straight for a Manta style, get as much illusion, get as much bulk on the front lines as possibly can. Try to just protect the Weaver through confusion, kind of. He's gonna go for Manta style, and he does have it right now. So GDB, all of their big items are starting to come up in M5. What have they been doing for the past 10-15 minutes? Well, nothing. They've been doing nothing. They've been farming. And they must have some pretty large balls if they think that they're going to take 3 carries in the late game. I would not take that bet. If I were them, I'd just be like pushing so aggressively. You have Liquid Fire, you have Enchantress, you have Venomancer. It shouldn't be that hard to push. But now they're going to be up against a lot more damage than they would have been. Oh no, they clumped up. There's not really much to make good of that clumping. Split Earth onto 3, however, that is going to make good with it. And there goes the Darkster right off the bat. He can't get anything off Dread. Popping off his Ghost after trying to survive. Croaky does ultimately go down, as does Bambo. Net into the back as Black is trying to survive. He's going to time-lapse himself out of that, but a triple kill from Black so far. Looking to make it 4 onto Solo. One more hit is going to do it. He does still have that Aegis. Ultra kill onto him. Now going to chase down Anti-Mage. He is going to kill off this Anti-Mage Rampage. No, it's not going to be Rampage, as Nexus does blink himself out of there, but the Shikuchi is available. The chase is not on because Nexus is going to teleport himself out. Oh, Rampage, please. Oh, damn it, Black. I'm going to keep you in the box of shame for that one. That was careless. He shouldn't have burned the Aegis right there, but hey, he saved himself from the death, and he did get an ultra kill in the process. Exactly what I was talking about. Oh, he's looking to redeem himself in the box of shame. 1 hit, 2 hit. It is going to be enough with Germinate Attack. I don't know why the courier was over there, but whoever sent it over there from M5 is now in the box of shame. And Black, you are right back into this game, my dear sir. 4,100 gold on him after that ultra kill. He could go straight for a Heart of Tarask if he wants to. I do believe that'll be the best build for him because that'll really help him quite a bit. More Radiance, burn damage, and with the Lincoln Sphere to proc more and more often during these fights. Black is going to be a sheer terror on the battlefield. We're going to see later on, though, what exactly he wants to go for, although I can't imagine him going for anything but that Heart of Tarask. Maybe for crit, but he has Germinate Attack already. Heart of Tarask or Butterfly, or maybe he's probably going to aim for both. It's like both on the docket. Or Boots. Probably Boots would be good. I mean, you don't really need Boots on the Weaver because you have Shikuchi, which is max movement speed, so you can't get much faster than that. But still, like, you would kind of Boots, maybe like Travels or something. Travels might be nice, help you farm a little bit, Black. The movement speed is kind of wasted. Or Tranquil Boots. I like Tranquil Boots on Weaver, actually. That just seems like a good idea. Just the healing will allow you to go for safer Radiance. You don't really need to get the Ring of Health into a Lincoln Sphere if you go for... I'm going to try that. Good idea, Mike Loris. Good idea. You are a respectable member of this community, and I'm going to follow your item ideas. Said no one ever. So, M5, I mean, I gotta stop saying I mean. I keep on saying that, and I just, like, can't stop. It's an addiction. Hi, I'm Mike Loris. And I've been a word addict for 3 years. No, how long? Like almost a year, like half a year. Oh, net onto Sadoy. They're gonna go for round 2. This time Dread is here to support though. 4-man on the vacuum. Sadoy is gonna drop regardless though, simply because there's so much more damage available to the other side now. Bambo's gonna take a full-on Poison Nova, but everyone is gonna teleport on out of there. Naga Siren gonna go back to the base. Relocate. Did save Croaky because this Poison Nova damage is not lethal, and GDB this time they get what they wanted. They got in, they got the kill, they got out. Nice and clean, nice and tidy. No messy kills to leave behind. Oh, it's going to be Mantis style. Okay. That gives him a little more health. I still think that Heart would have been better. But Black is now very dangerous, and M5, why didn't you do something earlier? You have 1 carry, they have 3. It doesn't matter how farmed this anti-mage is going to be when he has 3 people wailing on him. Actually, that's kind of not true, but yeah, it's not the best idea to take it into the late game when you're up against a Weaver, Naga Siren, plus a TA who now has crit. Oh, so M5, I do believe they still have an advantage a little bit. Experience earned pretty even, but I don't know. GDB, they're just getting so much farm all over the map. They even took down that Roshan. Wisp has his mech up. Gonna start building up that overcharge. Once he slaps that onto the TA, the crits are going to be flying like mad. It's gonna be really, really hard for M5 to combat these heroes late game. They still do have some pretty good team fight. If they get a wall of replica plus a vacuum on top of that, that could be the end of GDB just instantly, because they have a Weaver illusion, they have a TA illusion with crit, they have a Naga Siren illusion who is going to be very deadly as well once she gets a couple more items up. And that Poison Nova still doing a lot of work with the Aghanim Scepter. Increases damage and decreases the cooldown, actually. I didn't know that. But a minute cooldown on that means that the refraction charges aren't going to last a whole lot of time for Sing Sing. But still, those are just giant team fight things, whereas GDB, they have just pure damage. They're not gonna care. They're just gonna, bust your face in because it's just going to be so easy for them. I feel Anti-Mage is gonna go for the right item choice. He's gonna go for that butterfly, and he really needs that. He needs to be able to dodge attacks, any attack that he could dodge, because these attacks are gonna hurt like hell. The Weaver does a lot of damage. TA plus Naga Siren not as much, but TA certainly does do a lot of damage. And if he could dodge any of that, he's going to at least have a fighting chance. I'm like kind of underselling this anti-mage a whole lot. He's doing not that bad at all, but the fact of the matter is that GDB, they just have so many heroes that could use gold, and the longer this game goes on, they're using the gold. I've said it a million times, I know, I should really stop, but M5, it's really sad to see. It's really sad to see. Black has been farming this entire time. Anti-Mage not doing too bad himself, but you could see, yeah, Black just messed his face up. He's going to go for an MKB now, and that means that the butterfly will not mean shit to the Weaver. Weaver will kill the Anti-Mage regardless. So do you know how in the beginning of this game I was like, well, here's why Weaver is a bad hero. He doesn't have flash farm. He needs a lot of items to get going. All of that basically boils down to he is a pure late game hero. And, well, it's 36 minutes into the game. Guess what stage we're almost up to? The late game. And then Weaver, it doesn't matter how many weaknesses he has, because he's just going to kill everything. He has 2 lives with the time lapse. And M5 don't have enough lockdown to permastun the Weaver. They only have the Ice Path to actually prevent him from casting anything. I guess Vacuum for a little bit. Other than that, it's all just slows from M5. So Black is going to have free reign over the fight. So you can see he's very confident in his survival. He's going pure damage. Look at the damage onto Nexus. That was 2 hits. And oh, what the freaking Ethereal Blade? He popped off the Lincoln Sphere, but I don't think Black is going to care all that much. What is wrong with this game right now? Ethereal Blade? I guess it'll help. Okay, so I just completely missed that relocate gank on the bottom lane, sorry. But I was too baffled by the Ethereal Blade. Can you really blame me? He got a freaking Eagle Horn, Eagle Song, Eagle Song or Eagle Horn? Eagle Horn is in Dota 1. Eagle Song. You got a freaking Eagle Song. Now Sing Sing gonna make something happen onto Dread. He's gonna try to go scepter himself out of here, but he slowed down just enough to take the Split Earth as well as the Tether. And wow, one hit from the Daedalus TA is going to bring down the Jakiro. Also, Leshrac now in a little bit of danger. He's gonna take a Mana Void. One swipe is gonna bring him down, but a 1-for-1 trade is pretty worth it, I guess. GDB actually, it's kind of a wash. So, but wow, this TA does a lot of damage. And TA still didn't have an MKB. She went for Daedalus, and oh, he actually disassembled it. Well, okay, cool. That works, I guess. Did he sell the Ghost Scepter? Could you even disassemble that shit? I don't even know. I've never done it before. Oh, Nexus, not enough time to blink away, and he's gonna get shredded down. He's gonna now change his mind and go for the butterfly, but you know what? I think it was a little bit too late because he had to sell that item. Now Stoy getting shredded down by 3 angry carries. He's going to drop down the wall of Replica before he does go down. So the wall is going to do a lot of damage. Sing Sing and Kroki both in the macro power. They're both going to get brought down. So 3 down for the GDB side. The only one to survive is Black. He's going to live. Poison Nova once again. Non-lethal damage. But M5 is showing the power of the Venomancer ultimate combined with the Darkseer ultimate. But they were all clumped up. So GDB, it's not really a fair comparison right there. Maybe I'm just giving GDB too much credit, but I mean, I kind of was harsh on them in the early game for picking up a freaking Weaver as their last, so I think it all balances out. Weaver does now have his MKB up. Heart should be the next item. Is he just going to go bootsless? Because it's been kind of working for him. I mean, M5, they haven't really been going for a kill on the Weaver. They have only killed him once. I don't even remember where that was. But to kill the Weaver, you need dust and sentries and all that good stuff. And then at that point, well, boots still didn't really help that much, but boots kind of helps. But he's going straight bootless, and he's farming like an absolute champ, almost level 25 on him. TA level 21. What is his Nexus at? He's level 21 as well. But that friggin' E-Blade slowed him down. Oh, what the hell? What the? Was that on the courier? Could you disassemble that? I don't even know if you can. But E-Blade, why? Okay, E-Blade on the Anti-Mage. Well, let's actually take a look at a hero that could use E-Blade very well. Morphling. Classic example. Morphling has a shotgun. Because when you E-Blade someone, first of all, he has a lot of agility, like a ton of agility. I think we're going to have to talk about that a little bit later, as we now have a crash onto Roshan. 3-man Ice Path. They're going to still go for it. There's the Roshan, picked up by the Weaver, and now they can actually take a fight right now. They do have the Aegis, Split Earth. I don't know, it's going to miss onto all 3 of them. Macro Power going to get laid down, plus a Vacuum, plus a Wall. Kuroki and Black can take a huge amount of damage, but they do have the Aegis. Black is going to revive in 5 seconds. 2 BKBs being popped off. Sing Sing, as well as Alex going to try to go for solo. There's the Venomancer ultimate doing a lot of damage as well. Bambo trying to make his way out of here. GDB Sing Sing, the only one to live from this. He's going to drop shortly though, and there's Nexus blinking away. He's trying to make his way out of here. He should be fine. Black trying to hunt down whoever he can. Gonna get a kill on Stallianer. The Ice Path not in time to actually slow him down enough. Triple kill for Black. Gonna make it a quad. No, it's not gonna happen. Nexus also gonna try to run away. He is going to make it out with the blinks. Gonna find an invisibility rune as well. So it is a 3-for-3 trade, I believe. Sing Sing dropped. Yeah, Sing Sing bought back into the game. So 3-for-3 trade. They did get the Aegis off of Weaver, but Weaver also got a freaking triple kill. So Weaver is not interested in any of your shit. He will drop the Aegis, sure, but then he will just come back and kill you. And that's, I don't like it when that happens if you're on the M5 side. Oh, Nexus, you gotta get out of here right now, man. Ooh, close, close, close. But, yeah, Morphling with the Ethereal Blade. So, Morphling can get a ton of agility. Right? And Anti-Mage has some pretty decent agility too, so I guess that's like 1 point for each of them. And then once you hit someone with the E-Blade, you use the Adaptive Strike, which does a lot of magical damage. Right? And then you hit them with Waveform, which also does a lot of magical damage. And it's all amplified by the Ethereal Form. So the Ethereal Blade has synergy with your skills. Makes sense. Ethereal Blade on the Anti-Mage. You hit them with the E-Blade, and then you can't hit them with anything. I guess Mana Void, but they'll be at full mana unless you wail on them first and then try to E-Blade them later. But they're not going to take amplified damage or anything. They're actually going to take reduced damage because you're frigging going to put them in ethereal form. So the Anti-Mage is essentially nullifying his own damage by going for this build. I know it's only a short-term thing. He's going to go for the Butterfly, unless it's going to be a Halberd, in which case that'll be silly. No, he's going to build the... Okay, he's going to build the Butterfly. But still, now he has a freaking Ghost Scepter, and that's such an awkward... Dread is going to be in a little trouble. He's going to pop off his Ghost Scepter. He's going to watch out, though. He's going to lay down everything before he dies, and he does die, though. Sing Sing going to get a huge hit on Scylla, forcing out that Ghost Scepter. Bambo is going to get that Song of the Siren off, stopping the show. Is he going to teleport out of this, or do they want to fight? Black is taking a lot of damage from that Poison Nova. It doesn't matter, though. He's going to go straight for Zadoi. It's Croaky plus Bambo. Both go down, but in exchange for 2 as well. Black going to try to get a kill. He does get 1 time-lapse out from Black. Still at very healthy amounts of HP. Going to go next for Stallianer, who's going to pop off his Ghost Scepter of his own, but Black is right on his tail. There's the bugs flying out. They're going to track down Stallianer. Black is going to die for this kill. The huge damage, plus Sing Sing to help out as well. Black and Sing Sing are going to make out like bandits. Another triple kill for Black. 12-1-2 on him as Venomancer buys back into the game. Sing Sing going to wipe out a creep wave in 1 shot. No big deal. But the 2 hardest damage dealers on the GDB side both live. Nexus looking to make something happen. No, just going to pressure everyone back after they do take the tower. But 5,500 gold in the Weaver. Once he gets his heart, this Weaver, I mean, he's already pretty much unstoppable. But once he gets his heart, then he'll be like unstoppable +2. Or ×2. Or BKB. BKB will also work. Hard Trask is going to be the item of choice for Black. So he is going to go for heart. Thank you. It was only like 20 minutes since I made that prediction last. And that means his regeneration is going to be crazy. His health pool is going to be crazy. And he also has himself a nice convenient illusion rune. So he can go for a solo kill on Stallianer if he does choose to do that. Yes, okay. Or he could even stick the illusions onto Stallianer and it'll mess him up pretty bad. Venomancer does have that Manta style, but it took him a long time to actually get that item up. Oh my god. Nexus just got chunked for 1/4 of his HP with 2 shots from Black. You gotta watch out for this Weaver, man. He's now tanky, survivable, plus a huge damage dealer. Not looking good for M5 right now. The advantage is slowly going down towards GDB's favor. And M5, they're still not out of it yet. I'm like crapping on them pretty hard right now. But if they get a good Wall of Epica, if they get a good Venomancer ultimate, you know, Macro Pyre also, they're right back into this. But it's going to be very difficult. They have to rely heavily on burst, and it's not going to be impossible because the TA, the Naga Siren, and the Weaver are, well, not the Weaver anymore, but TA and Naga Siren still very susceptible to that kind of thing. Kroki and Alex as well, if Alex doesn't get his BKB off. But still, it's not looking good for M5. Nexus is simply not able to stand up against his Weaver. Butterfly doesn't matter with the MKB on the board, at least versus the Weaver. It's going to hurt Sing Sing quite a bit because he can't get that damage out. But it's actually going to be a split push. Black is going to go toe-to-toe with Nexus on the top lane. Meanwhile, the mid lane is being pushed slowly but surely. 520 HP on him. Black, with a Heart's Flask plus Lincoln Sphere, has life regeneration. He has mana regeneration. He could sit there all day long and slowly work down these Raxes, or just kill the Anti-Mage. You could do that too. That works. So while Black is doing that thing, the rest of his team is pushing down the mid lane tower. Deny attempts by Dread, not going to happen, as Sing Sing with a huge damage is going to not only kill the tower, but also going to go for initiation. Ice Path is going to hit onto Kroki. Gale to fly out as well. Does Stallion want to use his ultimate for this one? No. He's going to let Kroki walk away solo. Zadoi, I'm sorry, looking for a vacuum. Going to find on Kroki, but a Song of the Siren stopping the show, allowing for Kroki to teleport on out of here. It looks like GDB don't want to actually fight this. The Raxes got really, really weak. Weaver could just friggin' backdoor that if he wants to. Basher on the Anti-Mage is going to help him quite a bit against his Weaver. But Anti-Mage is not going to be able to perm bash the Weaver before he can get a time lapse off, before he can get a Shikuchi off. Anti-Mage is trying so hard to catch up to this Weaver, but it's just so hard for him to do it. Sing Sing going to slow Stallianer back. Nexus and Zadoi looking for a kill on this Weaver, but they don't have any True Sight, and that is going to be an absolute bitch for them because friggin' Shikuchi has like 100% uptime. It's pretty ridiculous. So the Weaver just has to dip in, even with backdoor protection, hit it 3 times, and then he's good to go. It's melee Rax is done, accounted for. That's it. Move on. Sing Sing gonna go for frickin' lifesteal right now with the crit. Usually you don't get past this build, Blink Dagger, BKB, crit. But I guess the standard transition after that isn't Desolator, it's frickin' Helm of the Dominator. You don't really need more damage. Even though Desolator would be really nice to help out the Weaver, that minus armor will make each hit do so frickin' much damage. Yeah, the Helm of Dominator is going to help TA survive a lot more. But she's doing a ton of damage, and 1 crit on with the Daedalus, with 1 lifesteal hit with the Daedalus crit on top of that is going to be a lot of effective HP towards Sing Sing. M5 gotta defend this bottom lane, but the Naga Siren illusions on the front line is going to be brought down by the Jakiro. But this tower still got dropped to 500 HP, and GDB, every minute they could do this, 40 seconds they could do this with the mirror images up. Black going to take down the top Raxes. One, so very easily. Nexus trying to defend this. He needs his, what's it called? That blade thing that stuns people. Abyssal Blade, there we go. He needs the Abyssal Blade if he's actually going to try to get a kill onto the Weaver. But even then, he needs the Jakiro to support as well. GDB, Sing Sing going to get hexed up, and the Dynamic ultimate getting burned well. Wall in perfect position, as well as the macro power into everyone. The BKBs do pop off, and everyone from GDB trying to make their way out of there. Croaky does drop to the Darkseer's Illusion Stoy, making a run for Sing Sing. The poison damage too much. He's going to get dropped down. Alex trying to save his ally with the Split Earth. Not going to happen. He's going to fall as well. So GDB getting wiped right now, as Black is nowhere to be found. So a perfect fight for M5. If they could get more of those, then they're going to be good to go. But the problem with that is that the fights are going to come so infrequently because the corridor was just so tight. So Macro Pyre hit onto everyone, Wall of Replica made clones of everything, as well as the Vacuum hit everyone. So the situation could happen again in this area, but other than that, when things are wide open, that's just GDB's playground. Black is going to go bootless. This might be the first pro game I've seen where someone does not have boots by the end of it. You know, by choice. I'm sure I've casted some like CM or something where she is so poor and their team gets rocked so hard that she just can't buy boots. But this is saying that Black is going to not really be able to defend, and he's gonna have to make a choice between defending and attacking. He doesn't have any more inventory slots for, you know, town portal scrolls or boots of travel or anything like that. So when he makes a play, he's dedicated 100% to that play. Shikuchi will help him get into the fight a little bit faster, but it's still not as fast as having a boots of travel up. So it's a little bit risky from GDB. I'm not sure if I like this. I would just, I don't know, ditch the Radiance or something like that and go for travels, because that teleport is invaluable. Smoke from Dread is going to find Black. This could be the kill that they really need. Time lapse out of there though. Vacuum back into Croaky and Alex. Alex does pop with BKB, but the damage from Nexus so darn huge. Venomancer picks up that kill. Now GDB forced back into their base. This could be an opportunity for M5 to equalize the Raxes, but they're just gonna fall back. Okay. Hey man, if you want to play one Rax down, okay, they're going to go for Roshan. There you go. That makes sense. Abyssal Blade purchased off from Nexus. With the Butterfly, he's attacking so darn quickly. But they're spotted out completely. They don't want to get caught by that Song of the Siren. Bambo still doesn't have all that much. He did pick up the Diffusal Blade, 3,700 gold on him. Not too shabby, but still not the most perfect usage of his gold. You can see net worth is kind of at the bottom. Black, if he gets caught out, that could be disastrous for GDB. Bambo's going to be the one caught out. Mana Void finishing him off. And Bambo's just going to buy back. Croaky also going to get caught out. Okay, double kill for Nexus. Now M5, please, please, please push. Where are you going? Where are you going? Okay, oh, they still didn't take Roshan. Okay, fine. Roshan's fine and everything, but they could have had Raxes by now. I think. Maybe. Croaky, does he have buyback? He does not. But they're not even going to get Roshan. Okay, man. I mean, if you want to do that, Nexus going to make his way towards Bambosh. Stallion are going to pop off his Ghost Scepter for some reason. I guess fearing some retaliation from the TA or Weaver. But M5, they're just taking their time. They're going to rely on their team fight to win this for them. And, well, someone's got to teleport back, first of all, because these range Raxes are going to go down. Then buildings are going to start to go down, and then the economy is going to tank, and it's really not what you want to have happen if you're M5. But I guess what they were waiting for was for GDB to become at full strength, the Wisp up, and then they're going to push. That makes a whole lot of goddamn sense. Bambo still in the back lines, looking for an opportunity to initiate with the Song of the Siren. Fortification is not available, so this tower is going to drop. Radiance burn onto everyone. Black going to try to do what he can, as much damage as possible. There's the Song of the Siren, and 2 are clumped up for a perfect split earth. Alex is this time going to land it. Sadoy is going to get wailed on. No wall of replica now. He's going to get the vacuum as well as the wall. It actually does come out in time. The magnifier does get dropped. It's going to bring down Kuroki as well as weaken Sing Sing heavily. Sing Sing is going to drop most likely. He does have the refraction charges up and he's occupying Nexus's time. He can just turn around. He's not going to have him black, taking a lot of damage from solo. Does he have a time lapse? He does have a time lapse. He's going to lapse back all that damage. He's going to get 1 kill on the Enchantress, 2 kills on the Anti-Mage, 3 kills onto Dread. And Black, once again, is not willing to take your shit. In the meantime, Naga Siren chased down by Sadoy as well as Stallianer. And everyone from M5 buying back into this game. GDB, do they have buybacks? Naga Siren used her buyback before. Sing Sing does have a buyback up and available. Black is quickly regenerating his HP. And Sadoy, I mean, he doesn't have the tankiness required. He needs the wall of replica, but there's a hex onto Black. This could be the death of the Weaver. Finally, yes, it is going to be the death, but an instant buyback from him, purchasing up the butterfly on top of that. And now the Weaver is an absolute beast. You don't want to fight this Weaver, guys. You want to run. The Rax is starting to take some heat. Trying to thin out the illusions. It's going to be very close. The meld hit is going to be enough. The Rax is stand at 80 HP, and Black is pissed. He's on the hunt. He's going to go towards the Roshan pit that finally got brought down by M5. But M5, they did take down the tier 3 tower, not the Raxes yet. Oh, they got to deal with a freaking huge creep wave. Fortification going to slow this down, but how did the creep wave get this big? Tier 3 tower probably going to go down to the siege creeps. Yellow's going to make his way in. He should be able to hold on to this. Yeah, cleave damage. Money for Anti-Mage. But Anti-Mage is already topped out. The only thing he has left to buy is something like a Heart of Tarask for his Aegis replacement. And then, well, he has boots, so he's not going to be as stacked as the Weaver. But if they go toe-to-toe, that Basher is going to be a huge boon for the Anti-Mage versus the Weaver. Although he doesn't have an MKB, so that evasion is going to help the Weaver quite a bit. So wow, this game is actually becoming a lot closer than I otherwise would have thought. 2,500 gold advantage to M5, a huge experience advantage as well with the 10 kill lead that they have. The Raxes, plus a lot of buildings got carved in. Tier 4 tower. One got actually brought down during that last push from M5. So if they're going to push this mid lane again, they have to make things happen. They have to get a set of Raxes. They do have the wall of replica. That is what they need to actually make that happen. Sadoy not with the team though, and these Weaver illusions are just kicking Sadoy's ass. Holy crap. They're not even at half HP. Turn around and kill this friggin' Darkseer. Look at this. It's insane. Just hex one. I mean, you kind of need to at this point. Sadoy just got messed up by those Weaver illusions. And Weaver has a Manta style, so we could just keep doing that. Okay, so if GDB, the name of the game for them is to kill this Darkseer. They kill the Darkseer before he lays down the wall of replica. That's it. You're good to go. The problem with that is that they don't really have enough stun. The only stun they have is the Split Earth as well as the Tether stun. Oh my god, relocate down to the bottom lane. Bring down the tower. Bamboo and Kuroki piecing out of here. What bastards. Backdooring, number 1 right there, and it's not even backdoor protected because creeps are in the base. In the meantime, Weaver picking up Jakiro for free. M5 starting to fall apart even after rallying just a little bit, but GDB, there's just one simple relocate, throwing M5 off tilt so much. They're going to go straight towards the mid lane possibly. Anti-Mage does still have an Aegis up, and that's very difficult to push against. It's just going to be the Weaver illusions, thinning out the creep wave with that Radiance burn. And Black, is he going to duel this Anti-Mage? It's going to be hard. It's going to be very hard. But, yeah, once GDB get another relocate up, they can just take these Raxes easy peasy. It's going to be a little bit difficult because the top lane isn't going to be pushed in this time, so there's no backdoor protection. But still, if you could snipe off Raxes every time you do that, it's worth it. Anti-Mage is going to buy up Boots of Travel, okay. Does have enough for buyback, should it come to that. Illusions on the front lines, slowly scratching down that tower. And now GDB, they're in the exact situation that they were before where they got wiped, so they got to be careful. Don't go into this area. This is a death trap right here. You do not want to go there. Black gonna head towards the top lane, push that out, try to get creeps into the base so that the relocate backdoor could come in with Bamboo. Although I do, you kind of need Bamboo actually. He needs the ultimate up so that he can get away. Black King bars on M5. Are there any? There are not any. So that is going to be a for sure escape with the Naga Siren ultimate, and it's such a low cooldown that they could really do that anytime that there are creeps in the enemy base. Black is going to do everything that he can to make sure that there are creeps there as often as possible so that M5, they have to defend that not only just because there are creeps in their base, but also because there's going to be a Naga Siren in their base. GDB GDB pressuring down the bot as much as they can, farming up the jungle at the same time. Black playing the very slippery Weaver role. 3,600 gold, does have enough for buyback, but doesn't have the time for buyback. Oh no, do not go up there, do not go up there. Hex onto Black, Hex onto Black is gonna go through. Black is gonna drop. Black, why? Black, please stop. He does have buyback in 30 seconds. And all of M5 are forced into their base, so they might be able to wait it out. Although it looks like they're not gonna wait it out. They're just gonna make a beeline for the mid lane. Rax is regenerating up to about half. And GDB, they need Black if they're gonna do this. TA does a lot of damage, sure, but you don't really have enough damage, I don't feel. Maybe they're gonna make a trade. Oh, they're gonna make a trade. We have a base race situation. Okay, teleportation scrolls are up on everyone. Weaver's gonna buy back into the game, and he's gonna try to hold the mid Raxes. Fortification is up for the Dire, not up for the Radiant, so these Raxes are gonna drop. Then the creep wave, Oh, they actually all teleported back. Boring. Sadoy is going to take a lot of damage from Black. Illusion on the front line, still not taking the Raxes. The melee Raxes in the bottom lane have been destroyed, though. Bamboo and Kuroki doing it together, partnership style. And this secondary range set of Raxes is also going to drop. Bamboo and Kuroki trying to pop off that Song of the Siren. The Abyssal Blade stun, though. He needs to get that stun out. There's the Tether stun, plus the Song of the Siren. And dual teleportations out. The Raxes have been claimed. They got what they came for, and they're going to make their escape. Nice and simple. Now the last object. Oh, Black, don't go up hills like that. That is not what you want to do. Shikuchi is going to save him from that Hex. Fast-moving pig right there. Oh, but Alex is backing back in. Going to pop off his BKB immediately. Stallion is going to blink forward, try to do as much damage as he can, but doesn't really have that much damage. 182 actually, not that bad. But Nexus is now here. First hit bash. Of course you get the first hit bash. Shrek is going to drop. Does he have buyback? He does have buyback. Probably needs to buy back just because that's the only reliable stun that they have. But no, it's Kuroki and Bamboo on this top lane through the backdoor protection. What backdoor protection? Actually, there's no backdoor protection. So yeah, what backdoor protection? They're going to carve up the mid lane. The illusions, will they be enough? They actually got sent back to the base. And M5, they're going to go straight for the GG. The stuns, though, going to slow them down just a little bit. GDB, they have to go. Do they have the Song of the Siren? They kind of need it, but they would like to have it at least. Black it and try to do as much damage as they can. Look at Nexus's life go down. That was the real Nexus, I believe. Bamboo is going to get hit by the Poison Nova, also trying to do as much as he can. Trying to pop the ultimate, not going to happen. Does he have buyback? He does have buyback. He can teleport right back into this Nexus. Still very weak, going to go for Black. He just wants to get his buyback out of the way. GDB Sing Sing. King gets the door, he's netted to the floor. Bamboo still in the front lines. He's going to hex up Stallioner, going to try to kill him as well. Stallioner is going to drop a triple kill for Black once again. Is he going to go for 4? Nexus is currently on the run, and the tier 4 towers are starting to take some heat. Everyone from GDB is up, everyone from M5 is up, except for the Enchantress, who does not have buyback, so this is a 5v4 situation. But M5 going for the gutsy play and trying to go straight for the GG, but they have a Shrek, they have a Naga Siren ultimate. You cannot base race against that, or you can try, I guess, but it's not. It's going to pretty much happen the same time every single time. You're not going to get through. The last objective for GDB is right here. The Raxes, the last set of Raxes, and Black honestly could just go right on in and just take it. He's got to watch out for the Hexes though, because there are a couple of them. Alex is going to take one of them. He's going to drop. No way to save him. No buybacks for him either. Sing Sing, perma bash by Nexus, going to pop his BKB, but it doesn't matter because bash does go through that shit, and Black is going to force time lapse away just through Dread and Stallioner. This push is not going well for GDB, but look, Bamboo is in the base. He's taking the melee creeps. He's going to take the range creeps as well. The Raxes do fall. Bamboo, does he have his ultimate? He doesn't even have a teleportation scroll, so he's probably just going to have to forfeit right now, purging Nexus, and he could actually try to go for a kill right now with the creep wave, but no, the Mana Void is actually going to bring him down, but the Mega Creeps are now up. Thing is though, M5, Mega Creeps are definitely a thorn in their side, but they could actually take this. They're going to go straight towards the middle lane. Naga Siren, does she have buyback? No, she does not have buyback. Leshrac doesn't have buyback either. This is a 3v5 situation. GDB could actually lose this game even though they have Mega Creeps with them. M5, oh, this is going to be so close. They have to push straight for the tier 4s. They have to go straight for the GG. Nexus with this damage should be enough to bring down this tower really quickly, but Black is still alive. The tower does fall. There's no fortification here, and Black, you have to start doing everything you can. Huge damage coming off on Nexus as well as Sadoy. They're both going to live, though. The Ancient slowly getting dropped down. Sound chops in Nexus, forcing him back. Macro Pyre onto 2. Sing Sing trying to do as much damage as he can. Stallion Nexus is going to blink straight back in. He's going to drop, though. The Ice Path not in time to save him. The Ancient's getting lower and lower. It is going to go down, and M5 take it. Oh my god, that was so razor thin. Oh, GDB, so close with the Mega Creeps. but in the end, it's a Radiant victory. Wow, that game had such a huge amount of dead time. It was boring as shit, don't get me wrong, but that ending, man. M5 versus GDB from the Starseries Season 3 LAN event. This one does go to M5 after a friggin' hour-long game against a Weaver, TA, and Naga Siren late game. Wow. Thanks for watching, guys. If you are not subscribed, please subscribe. It makes me very happy. I will give you high fives should I meet any one of you, if you can confirm that you're a subscriber, of course. So yeah, high fives, very valuable commodity, of course. That's gonna be it for me, guys. GG.